You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This, right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. But why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager?
Text messages and put my number out on her page that got 10 million followers. She did that. Putting everybody in our business, letting them know that me and Pap was together.
Papoose cheated on Claressa. Just a few days after she took part in an interview discussing her wish to have children with him the following year. According to them, you lose them the same way you get them because, baby, Claressa, is now online and she has no one to blame but herself. She had messed with Papoose while he was still with Remy and someone else took him away from her. Remy did try, in fact, suggesting to Claressa that Papoose was using her. But she thought Remy was just being a bitter ex-wife, which is somewhat accurate but does not mean that she was lying. Remy claims that Papoose only dated Claressa to boost his income because he is homeless and poor. We can't blame Claressa for ignoring Remy's warning, even though we can all agree that she is a touch slow. She doesn't have the best relationship with Remy. This problem started months ago when Remy posted screenshots of text messages exchanged between Papoose and Claressa, which she had secretly removed from Pap's phone while he was sleeping at her residence. Papoose is a moron. When Seth fell asleep on the phone, Claressa Shields was lying in my house and he refuses to leave. She should be a boxing champion, but she was terrified when she heard my voice. At the moment, I'm exposing everything. Oh, and you're not by yourself, sweetheart. This woman named Claressa Shields and their awful public relations team have been spreading lies about me every day for far too long in an effort to paint me in a negative light, and him as God's gift. Papoose felt that the best course of action was to remain silent despite my entreaties to halt the story. I'm exhausted. Oh, and he said he would never fuck you because you were unattractive. I saw it all though. So don't worry. The world will see that you've become such a tough boo now. Up until now, no one had even suspected that Claressa and Pap were having an affair. After hearing about it in this way, many were definitely considering it. Claressa didn't ignore it, of course. How a woman with 2 boyfriends becomes enraged with a man who has a girlfriend named Remy. If I'm not the only one, why on earth are you tagging me, sweetie? As they worked on it for a full week, people were having fun. Pap was reluctant to talk at first, but he eventually did, and he pulled Remy along for the ride. He posted a photo of Remy embracing her boyfriend. "Steezy," Doblock Captain said in the caption of the Christmas Day photo. This is where Remy was last Christmas when I was at home with my daughter. She's furious and lying now that I've finally moved on. I told her that, like adults, we could file for divorce. She won't do that because I wouldn't lie and pretend I didn't knock this chump out. Who gives a damn? She continued to message me, begging me to make up the knockout. He didn't throw a super soft punch back. So last time I saw this idiot, he was in the fetal position. Everyone saw when I knocked him unconscious. I didn't knock him out since he had an affair with my wife. I knocked him out because he shook. My hand prior to my spouse and I sharing a bed was just the beginning. If you thought it was messy, wait until you hear what happened next. Not too long ago, Remy went live again to explain why she had cheated on Pap. At this moment, her feud with Pap really got going. She was upfront with Claressa about Pap's extreme poverty, and that the only reason he settled for her was because he needed someone to stay with him. Remy also accused Pap of keeping her in check while she was in prison and misleading the world into thinking they were in a lovely black love affair. But, in truth, he had been unfaithful to her the entire time, even getting some of the side pieces he was toying with pregnant. Girl, Remy was leaving.
Know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home, I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was in. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying though. If we keep it a bean, I knew she wasn't lying. You refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see.
What women, how do y'all think y'all know what people, what do you tell somebody being broke to y'all? Because I see a lot of this like upgrade, downgrade, so-and-so's broke, this one's broke. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know what people have. Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever. Everybody included.
It's my house because I paid for it. All 1 million, 0.3, whatever, I paid in cash. With my name on it only. I take care of the kid, I take care of it. So I say that, you move over here. You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This, right here, the gambling, the failures that you had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Well, why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because it's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out of his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he wants a son, right? He has a son. He has a son. He just doesn't like his son's preference, so he acts like he doesn't have a son. He has a son. We have a son. I would be telling you, girl, get your from over there. What are you talking about? That's what I would be doing if that was my friend.
You're wondering why she went on this rant. It's because Pap had filed for divorce and she wouldn't allow him to get one without telling everyone. But Pap ensured that Remy didn't have the last laugh. Within minutes of her ending that life, he was after her. In addition, I've never seen a hotter dude than this one. He was angry, you know that already. He said he had put his career on hold, only for Remy to return home and start brutally cheating on him after he was with her throughout her time in prison. She's out there exposing herself to every male she meets, he said. They finally had to go to treatment as well, because he still wanted her around. In addition, remember how Remy said he was broke? She broke and begged him for money, as it turned out. Moreover, during her whole stay out here taking issue with Nicki Minaj's purported use of ghosts, she actually hired Pat to ghostwrite her rap songs.
Everybody know I was on top of the world, the $1.5 million man, hottest rapper on the planet. Y'all seen it. Her situation took place, like I said, I left my tour, came back, bailed her out. When I bailed her out, nothing but expense after expense after expense. I had to pay to pack her crib up, pay to put everything in storage, pay the storage bill every month, get a condo closer to the jail so I could visit her every day. Visit her every day, driving back and forth to the visit to see her every day. Everybody in my ear, Pat, you gotta get to work. You can't visit her every day. My deal folded. I exhausted all my funds. I had to get back to work. That's why I only visited her every day for a year straight. But after that, I had the space to visit out to like 3 times a week. Never missed a Christmas, never missed a Mother's Day, never missed a single holiday I was there. Took care of the kids, took care of my stepson, took care of you, fed you, did everything for a year straight without working. It came a time where if our son needed certain things, if she had something in her account or whatever, she had to take care of it. If she could, she did. But for the most part, I did every single thing. That wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. I tolerated your foolishness, your cheating, and your adultery for years and years and years. For the sake of my child. Everything will be fine, and you will still violate. Because you know why? You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. That's one of the main problems with you. But it wasn't good enough for you to move on and be an adult after you cheated. And I gave you numerous opportunities to stop the cheating. We went to a therapist. Why come on here and lie and say we haven't slept together since 2022? Why come on here and make it seem like that's true? We never had an agreement. Oh, you be with who you be with and I be with. We never had an agreement. All we had was you lying and saying that you're not with him. Why would you deal with him? That's all we had. And when I found out the truth that you were with him, you said, let's go to therapy. And I agreed. Then we made an agreement with the therapist. You violated the agreement again. So when I caught him, I knocked him out. Wherever I would have saw him at, I would have knocked him out. I paid every bill in that household. I did nothing but buy you gifts. It's photos and everything of it. It's all on my page. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. They hiding from something. It's still there. Me buying her gifts. All that materialistic. If you notice, her entire thing was about materialism. Just fabricating. She just recently told me she don't got no money. So what you talking this money talk? You walk around with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you come around me and you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote for her, I never wanted one penny. I never put my name on a credit. I never did anything. When people said, we know Pat writing that. Oh, you want to go in here and say, oh, I was making music before him. You was. That's why when I started writing it, they saw the difference.
Even though Remy was making a fool of herself by acting like a bitter baby mom, she might have been correct when she said that Pap was simply using Claressa. Because there are reports that he is cheating on Claressa by having an affair with a new girl he met. And what do you know? Her age is younger than Claressa's. People are already making fun of Claressa, even though it's unclear where these allegations are coming from. Remy tried to warn her, and she recently stated in an interview that she wanted to have children with Pap next year, but he was caught cheating on her 24 hours after.
Of that, like an expiration date on your career, or is it 8 years and that's it? Or when will you try and go into, having a family, or would you have a kid and then go back to boxing?
That's what I want to do. I feel like I've put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already. I'm gonna have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm gonna have a baby next year, and then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one, and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids. Right. I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too while I'm going through this.
You young lady. Claressa, Remy, and Pap's predicament only keeps getting worse. Furthermore, it doesn't seem to be finished yet. Others, meanwhile, shared views like this one. Remy is clearly the loser in this scenario. With every outburst, she merely shows off her pettiness. I'm sorry, but Remy has made herself less valuable in this circumstance. Remy isn't letting this dude clown her, someone else said. Both parties are wrong to publicly express their issues. She has been repressing everything. As well, she tried to destroy her finances and didn't want him, which devastated him. F is wrong about Pap. Sit down and stop being such a cheesy lion, you poor thing. But now, I'd like to know what you think. What are your thoughts on Claressa discussing having a family with Pap after he allegedly cheated on her? Will Claressa still be around in your opinion? Kindly leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to click here to view this other explicit video.